in addressing the inclusion of the statement Hochichan, in which it was argued that from the standpoint of the Pshuta Shel Mikra, Di Zahav does not imply a link to a city called Di Zahav, and therefore its inclusion by Moshe in the list of 7 might not necessarily have been for the purpose of rebuke. Rashi therefore must emphasize that this also was Hochichan, a rebuke for the making of the egel. There is, however, a problem with the terminology that Rashi uses, which appears, on the surface at least, to be in conflict with the thrust of the overall commentary that Rashi has for this pasuk. Following on from the opening statement that Hochichan al ha'egel, that Moshe was presenting them with a rebuke over the making of the egel, Rashi adds, Sha'asu bishvil rav zahav shahaya lahem. The problem here is with the word bishvil, which translates as on account of, implying that the making of the egel was due to extenuating circumstances, and those circumstances were the fact that they had a lot of gold and silver, and seemingly reflects the position adopted by Rashi, who places into the mouth of Moshe Rabbeinu the words, Atahu shagaramta lahem, you are the one who caused them to make this egel by providing them with the abundance of gold, and in doing so implicates God, along with the Bnei Yisrael, in the making of the egel. This was the defense that Moshe used in mitigating the severity of God's original plan to annihilate the entire nation and start anew. The use of the word bishvil rav zahav is certainly out of step with the thrust of Moshe's rebuke to the nation, as of Dvarim 1:1, in light of the fact that he quotes from the pasuk in Hosea that brings a second dimension to the sin of the egel, V'kesev hirbeiti lahem, I gave them a gift, which they then proceeded to utilize in a manner that was contrary to my intent. Then certainly the term bishvil would appear, at least on the surface, to have been the wrong choice of words. A far better option for Rashi would have been Hochichan al ha'egel sha'asu b'rav zahav, where the bet would suggest with, and points to the fact that they were given the rav zahav, they made the rav zahav into an egel, and for this reason Hochichan. With the words di zahav, Moshe is providing them with a rebuke on 2 counts: 1, the making of the egel, and 2, the misappropriation of God's generous gift.